This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, till now, 15 students are joined. We wait another 1 minute and we'll start these sessions. Means I request all of you, please inform your friends to join this session as early as possible. Then we can able to start. So last day we give you some tasks to you. Last day we give you some task that is relevant to your subject. This subject is that in your own domain, whatever the equations are there, I request you to try to solve it by Matlab. So how many of you able to do that things? So please show one by one if it's completed. Let me know how many of you already complete these things. No one. No one tried this one. That equation solving pattern. So this actually considered as an assignment. No one go with that. Let me know. Please respond. Please respond everyone. Anyone go with that? Anyone solve it? Any equations? Yeah, please respond. So no response are coming. So yes, yeah, no. At least response that yes, I go with that or no. You will complete it by today. That things, any kind of information, please response. Yeah, show home already completed. So show home, which kind of problem you solve? Let me know.
Sir, EMF equation of transformer, sir.
Okay, okay. So can you share your screen and
Please
show the
give the
output?
permission. Sir, please
Okay,
give the permission.
okay, okay. Show home, right?
Sir, yes.
Show home. Okay. I make you presenter. I already give the permissions. Please share your screen.
Visible, sir.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
So flux WB by m square. Okay. Phi is this frequency. Okay. Okay, okay. So you at least try these things, and if we change the parameter as well as it will change the graph, that things we can impose, right? So we
Yes,
may
sir.
write a command and we can get these things. So this is a very good try, very good. So whatever, so this way is a very small code, but it's a very effective that we can understand the things, how we go with the Matlab and how we implement it. So please everyone go with that and show me. So I just note down this name, show home, and already go with this process, follow the things and showcase some output. So I just note down it. So everyone I request to go with. So out of this 32 to 33 students, only one. So I request
Sir,
all of you at least.
actually, this EMF equation we have plotted as a group, like group 1 students have done this.
Okay, okay, okay. That's fine. Group one. That thing I need to
Yes,
write.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Group one. Okay.
yes, sir.
So rest of the groups, anyone? Rest of the group, group 2 to 6. Group 2 to 6, anyone is there? No response. Okay. So I request all of you, so please try to implement, but not very difficult. Whatever tasks I give you, that not much difficult. So I request all of you, please follow the things and try to complete it. Right. So now we start with the today's session. So last day, some sounds are coming. Okay, no, it's okay. So last day we discussed functions. Okay, we need to start recordings also. Let's start recording. Yeah. So last day we discussed how we work with for loop, and we still left some of the parts of graph. So today we again start with a for loop, and then we go with a graphical process. Some of the graphs we'll discuss. So for loop, we last day check how we defined for some variables equals to from where to where we want to plot, that things we need to mention. And what are the tasks we want to execute? we execute using this display or a printf command or anything, any way, means that whatever the tasks we execute using for loop, what are the repetitive things we want to go with, that is mentions by this within this area. And when we want to end, means what is the scope of this for loop? In other languages, we have a bracket options. But here in case of Matlab, we don't need to go with this bracket. Obviously, if we want, we may put, but by default, it's not required. So how for loop understand the end of this loop? So we need to put here end statement, and it will print the result. Now the question is that if we want to print star pattern, so these are the things we discussed last class. So now question is that if we want to print star pattern this way, what code should I need to write? Hopefully most of the students already know coding pattern, how to write a code. So can you write a code for this making this star? Obviously it's not a single for loop, we need a nested loop is required. So one of the loops for loop we need to use for a print line or row number of star, and another for loop we need to use to generate new line, means new every line. So can you able to write a code for this? Just I give 5 minutes, please all of you try it, otherwise I will show the answers results. So are you trying this code? Let me know, are you trying this one? Yeah. So, okay, try it. I give you another 2 minutes, and 10:48 I will start to solve this issue. Yeah. So I think lots of students are trying, but still not able to solve this thing. So what I do, I just going to explain how we write this code. So we know that to print star pattern in a line, we need to write this way: for I equals to 1 to 4, and then now we need to write the things what actually we want to print. We want to print star. So f print f, we write here star. So if we go with this and if we end it here, that actually print 4 star in a line, right? But how we print number of lines? So what I need to do, I need to write another. So if we go with this, it's actually print 4 stars. So first line it will print only.
Sir, 1:4, 4.
No, 1:4, 4 is not required, because 1:4 means it's a 1 to 4 entire all. So if we go with this code, if we write this code into here, so it will print 4 number of stars. But now I want to print this line 4 times. So how we print these things 4 times? But if not only 4 times, if we print it 4 times, then what happens? It's print 4 times in the same line. So let's go with the things. Try to write the code. Suppose if I want to print it 4 times, so what we do? We again write. We put these things within a for loop. For I equals to 1:4. And the thing is that what happened, and again if we write here next that int, so what happened in this case? So just I expand it a little bit, then so 1:4, 1:4. So this actually number of times if we write it. So what happened? This actually print 4 times. So 16 things it print, but we don't want to do that. We want to print next line this 4. So how we print it? So if we go with this way, it's print this inner loop 4 times. But whenever it's print, we want to print it to the next line. So it's best option if we add a new line options here. So we write here print f, sorry, f printf, right? F printf /n. So what happened every time when it's print into the new line. So let's try to write it here, right? This way it will work. Is it clear? Okay, so just write down this code and check it will work or not. I give you a little bit of time for you. So this is actually a code. So code I already shared in the screen. Just do that, write that things, and if you have any doubt regarding this code, ask me. Yeah, so whenever you all are able to complete this code, able to write this code, and whenever it's complete, please inform to me it's done.
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay.
Yes, sir, done.
Okay, okay. So, so the thing is that now if we want to make a ad, I mean this kind of stars depending upon given user input, how we print it? So how we print it means if we want to print as per user input, that kind number of stars we want to print. So how we print it? So so the thing is that we may do the things if someone writing that 5, so 5 into 5 star it will print. So can we write the code for that? If user provided 6, then it's print a 6 into 6 star. This way. Can you want to print this way? Just try it. It's very simple. I give it 2 minute time, so this is a practice purpose. Yeah, try it. So actually what I need to do, we just simply write n equals to, so n equals to input. Yes, any questions? Enter the number and then, okay, here actually if we write here, it's actually asking immediately enter the number. So rather than writing it, we write into this editor window. enter the number. And next, what we need to do, we need to write this code in the same way, whatever we write here. But in this case, what we do, we just replace it by n. Right. So here one thing we need to mention, so both are not should be same. So one is that if I, second one is should be j. Right. So check it.
স্যার এডিটর উইন্ডোটা কোথা থেকে এলো?
Last day I also show that thing how we come. So you need to just write down edit and open it. It will open your editor window where you can able to save your code.
ওকে স্যার।
Right. Okay, so everyone try it. So if we run it, what we get an output? We get an output this kind of. Okay, first complete this kind of star. Right. So again, so it's a 2 times is printing. So what I do, we just go with this and we run it. Write 5 to print 5 by 5 matrix. Right.
Sir, please show the code once again.
Okay. Okay, so if it's complete, please response. It's done.
Yes sir, done.
Okay, so if it, anyone have any query regarding this code, any doubts regarding this code? I think it's clear to all of you. So now, rather than printing it, if we want to print a little bit different, like first line, it should print 3, 1. Second line, it should print 2. And third line, it should print 3 star. And fourth line, it should print 4 star. So can you write a code for this? So try this one. Is it done? Okay. I will give you 3 minutes of time now, and then I will show the results. So try to answer within this. Okay, some of you already completed. Exactly. So what I need to do here, we just need to replace this things. Now the right, yes.
Try to back try everything.
Yeah, yes.
করতে একটু দেখাবেন?
Okay. Okay, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this way, can we able to write the same code? So if you understand it, can you able to write the code this way? One, two. So this actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this way we can you able to print this way? So try this way. Try this way.
Sir, like 1357.
Yeah.
Like the pattern would be 1357.
So it's increased by 2 actually.
Okay, sir. In between there will be no gap. Like here.
No gap, no gap
Oh,
considered
okay,
here.
sir.
Okay, so some of you already completed the task. Very good. Shampad already completed. So let's go with the Shampad. So they already completed the thing. So but actually replied by Sampad. That actually shared this way. So J plus 2 we actually go with. So this is clear things. This way we may go with this. Right. So just write this way. Write this way, these things. So go this way and now put these things. So I put these things here and run it for, and it will work, right? So whatever the value you put, it will work. So 2 into J. This way, write the code. So everyone, please complete these things. So next is that very common things, common tasks. That is again I go with you. That is can you able to write a code for factorial using for loop? Can you able to write a code for factorial using for loop? Okay. So yes, done. Shayok, factorial done. So can you share your screen, Shayok? Or can
No,
you
sir,
share your code?
factorial no, sir, previous one.
Okay. Okay, fine. So just go with this one. So try it, otherwise I show you. So if we want to write a factorial program using for loop, that's a very simple. So factorial means if we want to find out 5 factorial, that means we want to go with 5 into 4 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is the factorial we get. So how we go with that? So to get these things, we write this way. We may write a code this way for. So for I, so for I equals to 0, or sorry, I equals to starting from 1 is to what actually factorial we want to know this. It should be go this way. And the thing is that now what we need to do, it must need to go with this. And we suppose we f equals to f into I. So I value every time. So if into I value every time starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n, it's multiplied with f. So f we defined as a f equals to 1. So first time it's multiplied with 1, second time it multiplied with 2. This way it's multiplied itself. And we get the value. So f print. So here we may need write int. And if we go with this, sorry, this actually we need to remove. So if we go with this, we get the so we need to write first in value, input n equals to input, enter the number. So enter the number, this way we write. Now if we enter it, it asks for enter 2, it's return 2. If we go to 4, sorry, again if we run this code and again go with that, if we write 6, okay, it must not return 6, why it's enter 6. So let's check it. So n equals to input enter 6, we enter, its goes must be okay, so it must be return final value. So if we return 5, it return 120, right? So this way we get the result. Okay, so this is the concepts how we go with for factorial, right? Is it okay? You got it? So I go with again the coding part. So please try this code. Any question? Any questions? Is it okay? Yeah, let me know. Is it okay? Are you following it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So these are the things what we go with a simple for loop. Now we next, so lots of problems we can solve using for loop. But the thing is that obviously we need to consider some of the important things. That is few things we don't able to cover all the things. We go with this things only. Then we go with a while loop. So another loop statements, that is while loop. So how we write a code into Matlab using while loop? Because these things are repeated times we require to go with. So when we're going to write a while loop, while a conditions we need to write, suppose a variable, is it satisfied? If a value is less than 6, then it's only go with a while loop. But we need to initiate a value by something. So it's actually 1 to 6, it will rotate, move. This loop is exists, but if we don't write, so again in the while loop we need to write the things a plus 1. This incremental operator is mandatory in while loop. If you not write, so the value of a always be stick with a 1 and it infinite loop called. So we write the things display a end. So this is a clear while loop concept. So a equals to 1, it's the initial value. It go up less than 6, means up to 5, and it's rotate as a equals to a plus 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it will print this way. So let's go with this and run it. If we run it, we get this. Okay, it's print up to 6. So why is print up to 6? Because the thing is that it's a less than 6. So if it's greater than 6, so last time up to check up to 5, but after that we have an increment, so it goes to 6 and then it's leave, right? Is it okay? So concept is almost same. So please go with that and please inform me if it is done. Is it okay?
Done, sir.
Okay. So today what I observe, very few students are there in this class. Why it's today almost 10 students are not present? What is the issue? The thing is that students are requested to please inform that they need to show particular project update. They also need to showcase me. So I just check it one by one group. Still one group only share the assignments. I so let's check once. So let me know. Every group already provided. Group number 6, anyone is there from group number 6? Anyone is there from group number 6? Is there anyone from group number 6? Let me know. Is there anyone from group number 6?
हाँ sir.
So do you decide anything? Any project?
না স্যার আমরা তো আগের দিন ডিসাইড করতে পারিনি স্যার, আপনি বলেছিলেন যে একটা আপনি করে দেবেন সাজেশন।
না তোমরা বলেছিলে যে তোমরা করবে, একটা দিন সময় দিতে বলেছিলে। আমার যদি লাস্ট মনে হয় আমি বলেছিলাম যদি তোমরা না ডিসাইড করতে পারো তাহলে আমি একটা প্রজেক্ট সাজেস্ট করব, তোমাদের সেটা করতে হবে। এটাই লাস্ট কথা হয়েছিল আমার যত মনে আছে। না মানে ওকে। So you all are from which department, which year?
Second year.
Second year. So do you do the things? I also give you a one task. Do you go with that task? Do you complete it? That actually have one of the equations you need to go with and implement. Do you go with that?
No sir.
Why? So which actually topic you prefer, means which you are comfortable with, which of the paper you are comfortable, most comfortable? Is it a digital signal processing?
No sir, we have not studied.
Okay, you are not studied. Okay, so we do one thing. I give you a task to find out the different signaling patterns, means how make effects of a change of the amplitude and module amplitude and the frequency. If we change, how its effects on signals that we can observe. Or we may do that modulation technique, some of the how we multiply carrier with message signal. If we multiply, what is the output we receive? So I suggest you to do it this kind. So signal analysis, actually modulation. So please do it these things, right?
So is this the project name?
If you're comfortable, then obviously I guide you, but try to go with that. Now if you want to choose something else, if you want to find out something else, you may let me know. So this is a task I given you. Just try to go with that. Yes. Hello.
Sir, can you repeat the project name?
The thing is that signal means modulation signal analysis, means if you provide a signal analysis or this study of modulated signals, this kind of things you may mention as a name of a projects, right? So different signals are there, and means you modify its amplitude, frequency, and what are the output it provide, you can able to show it. And even if you modulate it, it multiply with the if you go with the modulations, means you carrier signal with your message signal, whatever the output it's provide, that can you check it, right? These things you need to go with in your case, right? Signal based given you. So this actually this semester I think it's in your syllabus. Fourth semester obviously there is a signal systems is there, or signal digital signal processing, something is there, or it may be in other, but if you have a concept, it's great. So just try it. If you not able to go with that, then obviously I guide you to how to perform this task, right? So
Okay sir.
if you don't prefer this, then you need to find out something, right? Some of the projects.
Okay.
So group number 4, what is your status of your project? So let's means do you try something, some name you suggested, analog clock, do you implemented it? Means what are the conditions?
Sir, I was trying to first complete the structure of the clock, and I tried, but I will show it in the second half if you want.
Okay. Obviously, please show the your means upgrade means particular status of your project. You must need to show because we parallelly going to discuss these things, right?
Okay. Okay.
Group number 1, design and implementation. So anyone is there? So group number 1, design and implementations of buck converters. What is the status of your projects? Group number 1, do you
Sir,
start it?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have done it, and but like in our project, sir. Okay, sir. We are sharing the screen. You see it.
Okay. Share it.
Soham, please share the screen.
So Soham will share.
Okay.
Sure.
I make him presenter. Just a
Yes,
minute.
sir.
Shoham Mitro. This one.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Make presenter.
Sir, visible, sir?
Yeah, it's visible.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is the
Yes.
coding part. And, here
Yeah.
we have pre-initialized the value in our coding. But sir, if we are like if the user will give the input now, then the answer is coming wrong. But if we are pre-initializing the value in our coding, then answer is coming right.
No, that must not be work. Means it not happen. That's not a proper thing. Means if user provide input, then it's provide wrong. So this actually means equation is not proper then.
Yes, sir.
Right. So you have some issue with your equation. So you must need to go with a user defined inputs and that whole thing you need to present in the graphical user interface format. So that things I will discuss. But if it's working this way, it should not work because if the user not able to provide the input, that means it's don't have any effect. So the thing is that okay, you may provide the same input via user, right? So make all the things as a input means DIL equals to input, DV equals to input, but put the same input, but you must need to show the things whatever input is here, the same input you need to show give, but the thing is that it should be input based, right?
Okay, sir. We will. Yeah, okay, sir.
So convert it into input out, just replace this all the things by input output based, and then I just complete this part, then I I show you how to convert it into means the graphical user, how we implement through graphical user interface, and then you can able to convert it into it, right?
okay, sir.
Okay, sir. We will do it.
So Goida, if you face any issue, then obviously ask me.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay, sir.
next
Okay.
next group is there. Next group, let's check who's the next. So group number. So calculator. So group 3. Group 3. Group 3. Anyone is there from group 3? Anyone is there from group 3? No one is there. Solar power generation. Group 5. Anyone is there from group 5?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is the status of your project?
স্যার সার্কিট ডিজাইন কমপ্লিট হয়ে গেছে।
Okay. So can you share screen?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
Group 5. Name who want to share?
সম্পদ পাল, ওই সাইডেরটা বাঁদিকে ওপরে,
This one?
ওই বাঁদিকে ওপরে যেটা।
I already make a presenter, is it not?
না স্যার ওটা না।
Check
হ্যাঁ
it.
এবার ঠিক আছে। হ্যাঁ এটা কি দেখা যাচ্ছে?
Yeah, it's visible. Okay, so can you simulate it?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ Wait. এটা সরাই কি করে?
So what is the output?
স্যার
Go
রান
with the
করছে,
scope.
একটু হয়ে যায়। হ্যাঁ
Okay,
স্যার
okay.
এটা হয়ে যায়। স্যার এটা এই যে সাইনোসোডাল ওয়েভফর্ম এসছে, ঠিক আছে মোটামুটি। আপনাকে যদি বোঝাতে হয় আমি পুরো বুঝিয়ে দিতে পারি, কিন্তু একটু টাইম লাগবে তাহলে।
না না, সেটা তো
আমি কি বোঝাবো?
প্রেজেন্টেশনের সময়, অ্যাকচুয়ালি ইউ নিড টু প্রেজেন্ট এট দ্যাট টাইম, রাইট?
আমার মেন ইয়ে ছিল, দরকার ছিল হচ্ছে এই সাইনোসোডাল ওয়েভফর্ম আনা এসি কারেন্টের, তো সেটা এসছে।
Okay, so what are the inputs are there? Depending on what are the outputs you receive, you can able to explain it. So there's an input also be there, I think. Input,
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ এই যে
yeah.
এটা হচ্ছে 1500 ইরিডিয়েশন আর টেম্পারেচার 25 ইনপুট আছে। এটা সোলার পাওয়ারের, সোলার
So
পিভি অ্যারে।
scope 1, what actually displayed by scope 1, what actually displayed by
হ্যাঁ,
scope 2.
স্কোপ 1 এ হচ্ছে আপনার এই ডিসি কারেন্ট যেটা, সেটা ডিসি তে কিরম ভাবে আসছে কারেন্টটা সেটা দেখাবে। যে ডিসি তে মোটামুটি দেখা যাচ্ছে 180-র ওপরে। তো এক মিনিট, মোটামুটি 180-র ওপরে ডিসি কারেন্ট মোটামুটি পাওয়া যাচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে। তো সেটা আমার চাই হচ্ছে একটু বেশি, তো তাই জন্য আমি এখানে বুস্ট কনভার্টার ইউজ করেছি। এই পুরোটা হচ্ছে বুস্ট কনভার্টার সার্কিট ইনক্লুডিং দিস পালস জেনারেটর। সেটা ইউজ করে এবার স্কোপ 2 তে দেখা যাচ্ছে যে আমার কারেন্টটা বেড়েছে, ঠিক আছে। ডিসি কারেন্ট, ভুলভাল ডিসি কারেন্ট মানে ফিল্টার্ড নয়, তো সেটা আমার অনেকটা বেড়েছে। তো এটা আমার চাই না, এবার আমার চাই এসি কারেন্ট, যেটা আমি হোম অ্যাপ্লায়েন্সের ক্ষেত্রে ইউজ করব। তো সেই জন্য আমি এখানে একটা ইউনিভার্সাল ব্রিজ ইউজ করেছি, করে এটাকে ফিল্টার করেছি। এটা ফিল্টার না করলে অন্যরকম এসি আসতো, আমি সেটাও দেখাতে পারি আপনি বললে। আর ফিল্টার ইউজ করা
ফিল্টার
আছে
না
বলে
করলে
এখানে
কি আসতো, ওটা ওভারল্যাপড আসতো,
এটা
ওভারল্যাপড
একদম
আসতো।
বাজে, একদম বাজে। আমি দেখাতে পারি, তাহলে একবার টাইম লাগবে, একটু আমি করে দিচ্ছি।
ঠিক আছে, এই অবধি থাক, ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে, গুড।
আচ্ছা।
এটা মানে ঠিক আছে, এটা তো মানে মোটামুটি আগেই তোমার মনে হয় করা ছিল, তাই তো নাকি?
না, এইটা কালকে সারাদিন বসে করেছি। আমি তো ম্যাটল্যাবে করিনি, এক্সপেরিমেন্টটা প্র্যাকটিক্যালি করা ছিল আমার। এবার
ও
ম্যাটল্যাবে অনেক
আচ্ছা,
ভুলভাল রেজাল্ট আসছিল, এবার কালকে সারাদিন লেগেছে, ওই জন্য অ্যাসাইনমেন্টটা করতে পারিনি আমরা।
বাহ, গুড, মানে
ঠিক আছে।
একটা ইমপ্লিমেন্ট করে দেখেছো, ঠিক আছে, ঠিক, ভেরি
হ্যাঁ, এটা পুরো আমাদের নিজেদের করা। স্যার
ঠিক
অ্যাসাইনমেন্টটা
আছে, ঠিক,
কালকে করে দিলে হবে? আমাদের অ্যাকচুয়ালি কালকে সময় পাইনি আমরা।
একদম
কালকে
একদম
আমরা
একদম
করে দেবো, ঠিক আছে।
ঠিক আছে। নেক্সট, গ্রুপ 2, এনিওয়ান ইজ देयर फ्रॉम গ্রুপ 2?
এটা কিন্তু আমাদের
গ্রুপ
স্যার পুরো
2,
গ্রুপটা করেছে, হ্যাঁ মানে গ্রুপ 5।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, গ্রুপ 5, গ্রুপ 2, এনিওয়ান ইজ देयर फ्रॉम গ্রুপ 2? Anyone is there from group 2? Anyone is there from group 2? Anyone is there from group 2?
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. বলো।
Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hello.
Yeah, it's audible. Continue.
Yes, sir. স্যার আমাদের এখনো স্টার্ট হয়নি স্যার, আজকে থেকে স্টার্ট করবো স্যার, টাইম পাইনি এটা করার। স্যার কালকের মধ্যে করে দেবো।
Okay. Fine. So just go with this. Your project work should be there, but parallelly we start our learning. So we already check a while loop and our for loop. Next, what we need to check, the number of things we left last class is actually relevant to our graph. So next, we already know how we plot a graph. So when we go with a plot a graph, this is very simple graph. We already
The screen is not visible.
not visible. Okay, just a minute. Okay, screen is not shared. Just a minute. Give 2 or 3 minutes. I just make presenter. Then you can able to see it. Presenter. Yeah. So now I think it's a visible.
Yes, sir. Kamal.
So we discussed graph up to different color. So subplot we also discussed. We discussed subplot. Okay. One thing I missed last class. So the thing is that if I going to plot a graph, how we fix the axis? So what is the axis? What do we understand by axis? Let's go with a simple graph. So the same way we write x equals to linspace 0 to 4 into pi 100. Plot x comma y. So the thing is that linspace 0 to 4 pi 100 spacing sin x and plot x comma y. So x and y it should be plot. Now if we want to go with this plot, we get this value. So now if we write an axis, so let's say you need to understand how we write an axis. Axis, minimum value of x, maximum value of x, minimum value of y, maximum value of y. This way we need to write. So how you write? So axis, third bracket, minimum value of x. So suppose we want to start with a minus 5. X goes to plus 5. Right. So this actually things how we write this x min x max. So minus 5 x min plus 5 x max. Then we need to write y min y max. So this way we need to write y min and y max. So next we need to write using some space, suppose minus 5 to plus 5. Now if we run it, the results come. So now if you check it, this is the minus 5 x y x axis start with the minus 5, it goes to plus 5. Minus 5 y axis goes to minus 5. So this actually how we fix the axis. So if we want to change it, suppose we start it from 0 and goes up to 5. So this will adjust this way. Right. Now again I show this. So this actually starting from 0 go up to 5. Sorry, this one starting from 0 go up to 5, and y-axis we already mentioned -5 to 5. Same way, if we have a z-axis, we may write a -5 to 5. So whatever we want, we may write. Not necessarily we need to write a -5 or 5, and we get the value. So if we mention this within a axis this way, so it's going to make a whole axis plane. So if you check it, where is actually this equation, this line? So if you rotate it, so this is actually a thing. So actual signal now out of the box, axis box, right? So this actually a signal is here. So 3D view of your signal, right? So these are the possibilities. Just check it. Do you understand how we go? This is a very interesting one, and how we represent properly everything. So here we are actually looking for not only cover all the topics, but how we can able to provide a more depth, and whatever the requirement we have, we can able to try to show everything. Right. Just go with this. Is it clear? So what is the axis? Just check it and confirm me.
Yes, sir, done.
Yeah. So you go to any axis and you can check it, right? Now we need to go with grid on off. So if we last day we already check how we make the grid on and off. So here if we write additionally grid on and grid off, so now write we grid on. It will on the grid. So grids are on. If we again want to off the grid, we may write these things off and it will become off. Right. Just a moment. It will be off. Right. So this way we can able to manage it. We may start on a grid and we can able to off a grid. So next is that bar graph. So last day we already show you, I think, a bar graph. So in a bar graph, here we are going to here what actually they do, then go with the exponential graph. So if we go with the exponential, that actually goes this way. So exponential graph. So rather than writing it again and again, I just copied it, but it's not a good practice. But every time writing the things is not a good thing. So I go with this. So the thing is that here, rather than writing these things, we may last day I show it using this sin x. So not always be okay. First I showed this original one. So what the output we receive, then I change a little bit. So this is like exponential. So point minus 2.9. So we write a 3 here, and we go with here 3. So it's starting from 3 minus 3. It's starting from minus 3. And it goes up to 3 with 0.2 spacing. So here we don't use a lean space, but we may use lean space, no issue. So whatever we want as per our graph requirement, we may write here as per our requirement, not necessarily that, but I am going with these things with a lean space, I am going with these things with a is2 command. That's not a mandatory. Whatever you want, whatever you comfortable with for each of the cases, you may go with that. Now here we write a r. So this is like exponential curve, but we observe this is like exponentially is increasing these things. Exponential exp we may use an x square. So it's make this way. So square. So identical things is there. So the thing is that if you write simple these things, and again you need to know that as is a graphical representation. So this is a graph. right? As the minus x is there, so it's coming this way. If we go with the plus x, it's just we get a mirror graph of this. So this is the exponential graph we receive. But not only that, if we want to go with, we may get any kind of graph. So suppose we want to write it as a length space, we may write it here. Length space 0 to 4 pi or 100 pi, whatever you want, 200, whatever we want, we may go with this, x equals to this. And you may write here this one, then also it will work. Not necessarily that we need to go with always the same way. It will work this way only. If you want, you may fix the axis. If you want, axis fixing process I already show you last. So if you want to change, this is a color changing. This here you can able to change the color. If I want to make this yellow, just write down yellow. It will print in yellow colors, right? So these are the things how we make a graph. Not only that, if you want to make this thing, so just to complete it, I just wait here few minutes and then I go with this. Now we want to replace it by this way. So suppose we go with some random value, that also we may print. Last day I already discussed, I think. So we can able to go with this and it will print the. So if we write here x, it will print the graph. So based on that, it also print the graph. Now the question is that how it print. Actually, here as we already mentioned, so why? So it's not working. So if we write this way, and then you can understand what is the graph is there. So different colors. So as a 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this 5. So row and column wise, it's go with that and print this thing. So the thing is that basically first row, second column, third row, this way it will print these things. Just check it. So if we as we go with this particular graph output, so if we check the output, this actually so 7, 0.7, 0.3, 0.6, 0.1. So this 0.7, 0.3, so this is clear. These things, right? So 0.7 is here, 0.7 also here, 0.3. So this is the 0.3. This is actually a 0.6, and this is actually a 0.1. So this actually a row. This row actually prints here. Second row prints here. So if we check it, match with this 0.7, 0.7, 0.8, 0.7, 0.7, 0.8, 0.4, and 0.49 means 5. So this way it's actually coming, right? Row print in a group and column in a separate way. So this way, whatever the data we have, we can print it. Even if we add a legend, it will work, and every functionalities we can add here, right? So this is a simple bar, but multiple way we may go with a bar graph. Just going to show you what are the possible way of making a bar graph. You can understand these things. So writing code is so time wasting. So these are the different way of writing bar graph. So this are all different way we may use a bar graph. Just write down it and check it. I give a time. Okay, it's okay.
Sir, just a minute.
I give you 2 minutes time. So if you check it, how we explain these things, if you go with this one by one, first one is actually we mix two things. So one is that subplot. So first one is simple bar graph, but pattern of printing we mentions, we can also able to mentions within this area. This is again grouped. So what is the meaning of this grouped? So if you check this things, this is clear. So this actually go it this way. So this grouping is there. So by default, it's go this way only. We know that. But second one, when we go with this pattern, this actually for stacked. So stack means one upon another. So this is actually a stack format. Third one, when we go with that, that is, and every case we can add, able to add a title. So hopefully you understand this thing. We use titles. This actually reflects here. If we go with the bar subplot and go with these things, this is stacked is there. Now we go with this subplot of 2 to 4 is there. So bar y. So horizontal bar 8. So this time if we observe this is clear same thing stacked, but the thing is it's a bar h means by bar horizontally. So it print this bar graph horizontally. Now, if we go with a subplot of a bar y 1.5, so this is a width of this 1.5, and within this, it's a plot the things, right? So this is all the things. So just check it. Yeah, I think everyone check these things. I wait another 1 minute and go with the next task. Yeah, hopefully it's done by all. So
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
yeah. So next is that. So this is the bar graph. Different way we make with a bar graph. Now the same thing we may write a feather. So this is a different style of writing a pattern. So just I write these things, delete it. We write x equals to length space 0 to 4 pi, and we need 100 spacing. So whatever you want, we may go with. So we need to write here 4 pi with 100 spacing. Y equals to sine x and we need to write here feather. If we go with this x comma y, it will print just a different look, like nothing else. So the thing is that almost same thing, but pattern became a little bit different. Okay, so I just close it and again run it. Yes, this way. So it's a better understand if you reduce this number of points. So what the feather look like? So this actually, okay, it's a very less. So we go with here, suppose 30. Then you can easily understand what is the things, how it's moving. So every point, this feather look like arrow is there. This way, let's go with. Right, directly things. Is it clear? Yeah. Next, we go with this. Next one, area. So the same way. So different way we can have to plot here. We write here area, and run it. It actually cover whole areas. So actually cover whole areas. These are the things.
Yes, sir. Done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's done, right? So this different things are there. We may go with so area is there. Now pi I last I already discussed. Hysteresis. So this is also the same thing. Hysteresis plot. Values are there. We go with a hysteresis. So this is actually a plot. We go with. Okay. So we just copy this text hysteresis. So and there's actually a different way we need to write. So random values should be there. So it's not plot a single value. Why should be a random values? Number of values should be there. So now if we run it, it will provide the output. So number of values should be there. So hysteresis means number of values means what more depth is there. So this actually print this way, right? So this is hysteresis plot. So what kind of plot you require means where the maximum spectrums are there, where maximum problems are there, where maximum noise are there, where power is consumed maximum. These things, if this kind of things, if we want to plot, we prefer to go with this, right? Now next we go with next thing. So now we need to, so this is all about a 2D plot. Next part is that we need to discuss about little bit about a 3D. 3D, obviously a three-dimensional things, right? So how we go with a three-dimensional way, right? That thing we need to know. So if till now what we discussed x, y. Now we also need to consider z plane, right? So for that, just we go with the very first command. So first thing, that is how we go with the 3D. So till now we go with the x, y. Now we go with the x, y, and z. So x equals to, we write, suppose same way we write a lens space. So y, this way we write. And now if we want to plot it, plot, now as we want to going to plot a 3D plot, so we need to write this way, plot 3. So x comma y comma z. So this actually this y direction sine curve, sinusoidal, and z direction cos. So how it print? So let's go with that. So this is actually a thing. So we don't understand where is this sine and where is this wave cos. So let's go with this. Now check it. You understand this is actually a sine wave, and if you go with another direction, this is actually a cos wave. Right, that's the beauty of 3D plotting. So it's generally look like a spring from one side, right? But actually it is combination of sine wave and cos wave. Different look from different angles, you get a different sign, different pattern, right? Just check it, right? You understand this how it's going on.
Yes, sir, check it.
Right, so this is a plot 3 command. If we want to add here, so same thing happen here. Here you also write the things, get this color, you may change the same way, right? If you want to go with this diamond shape, you need to write it and you get it here. So all the cases the process is same, right? Clear?
Yes, sir, done.
Next we need to go with the sub. So the thing is that next another important thing, another command we need to learn, that is a mesh grid command. So till now we write a x equals to lens space or x equals to this one way, means one point to particular direction. So now we when we go with the 3D plot, we need to consider the whole plane. So how we consider a whole plane? For that we need to use mesh grid. So if we go with this mesh grid, so we need to define x and y both the planes. So x we also need to define, and y we also need to define. So how we define? So we need to define through mesh grid. So equals to, we need to define x and y within this bracket. So x we may define this way, lens space 0 to 0 comma 4 pi 100, and y we want to define old process. This 0 is to 0.1 is to 10. So both the way we define the things, right? Right. So two way we define these things. So x and y x defines through linspace, y we define through is to operator. So x and y we define. So if we plot 3, sorry, we need to write these things, that is z. So what actually we want to plot within upon this surface, what actually design. So suppose we write a sine x. So numbers, this previous one also we plot a 3D graph. Now we also want to plot the 3D graph. Previous case is a mixture of x and y. Now we want to design a plane. So sine wave plane. Plot 3 x comma y comma z. So now write it, run it. So it will print this way. So from here we don't understand anything. Again, if we rotate it, so if you check it now, it's print a plane, right? It go with a plane, sine wave plane, right? We better understand this if we write here surface. If we go with this surface, we get a totally a plane, proper plane we observe now, right? Try it both the way, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if we want to plot a stand wave, what it plot? So this actually plot here. Even we may write it y. So and this also we are plotting. Just check it. Everyone should write it and check it. Write the code and check it. Everyone. Okay. Some of you already completed, checked. Okay. Now if we go with this surface, we already inform you what the surface is there. Now we want to go with the color map. Means the thing is that here, if you check the color, so the thing is that number of colors are there. So may I control this color? May I able to control this color? So for that,
স্যার
yeah.
হ্যালো, বলছি যে স্যার
Yeah.
ওই এটা ঘোরাতে পারছি না, গ্রাফটা মানে নাড়াতে পারছি না।
Okay, share your screen. So just go with this, click on this one, this options. Rotate 3D, click on this options.
আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হয়েছে, থ্যাংক ইউ।
And then try to do this,
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
move this. So the thing is that, so here colors are there. So may I able to contrast this color? Yes. How? We need to write a color map. Color map, and within this, if we write a one color 0, 0, 1, it goes to a single color. So it goes to particular single color. But how this color is changed? We know that color actually, any color actually combination of R, G, B. So as it is a RGB color, so what happened? This RGB actually help us to implement the thing. So if this point is actually R point, this actually for G point, and this actually for B point. If this B position is 0, G position is 1, and R position is 0, that means it's make a red color. So if we run it, we get a red, sorry, this RG, so this is a green color as G position is 1. The same way we may combine the color, this red and green combinations if we want to write. So we may go with this and we get another color, basically a combination of red and green. And if we want to make all the combinations, what the color it is a white, right? And all the colors are not available, that means all the colors are 0. That means what color we receive?
Black.
Black. Exactly. So this actually color combinations, but we here find out this actually 9 different colors are possible as per this record. But yes, we have options to go with this way also, 0.5. This one also you may write a 0.5. So this way we may make a number of varieties of colors. We may design a varieties of colors, right? We may make here also 0.5. So this way we can able to design varieties of color. Now the question is that, okay, obviously it goes to white again. So equally mixture of all the colors obviously always be white. So the thing is that question is that if we want to go with color different way, means number of colors we want to, so top of that we go with some colors, mid of this we go with some colors, so number of colors we want to go with. So how we go with that? For that, whatever the color you need, we need to write this way. So this 3 different colors it's designed, right? So just try these things and inform me whenever it's done. So try to make a graph where topmost area should be red, mid area should be green, and bottom area should be white. Can you able to write a color map for that? Red, green, and white. Just try it by yourself.
হ্যাঁ স্যার হয়েছে।
Okay. So not only that, we may go with another things, that is 1 second. Yeah, just complete everyone. I give you a time little bit. One student's already completed. I just wait here. So everyone should check the colors, right? Yeah, I hope now it's complete.
Yes, sir.
Now we go next part. That is yes. Now we need to go with the things that is this way. Pie chart is so important, but the pie chart may I able to adjust color? Yes. So in pie chart we may go with a 3D pie. So just go with this. A equals to, we write generally pie chart this way: 23, 12, 32, 8, 18. Now if we write the pie 3 and write A, and then we write a color map, and for each of the case we mention. So first one for red, second one for green, third one for blue, fourth one for so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 is there. So fourth one for 1, 1, 1 white, and fifth one we go with some random color 0.3, 0.9 and 0.1. So if we run it, we get a pie of this, and even we may add here legend and mentions here, that is A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so this way, this is a complete graph. Even if we add a title, so this way we make a complete things, right? So just check it. It's complete pie.
Yes, sir. Second.
Done, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Done.
Good. So next, we again go with the things that is contour. So this is actually another things, contour plot. So different way we can plot. So I hope after that you don't have any query regarding any kind of plot pattern. So everything we will plot here, contour plot. So contour plot, we write here linspace first. Then we go with this, we maze grid command, and we mention this x and y a plane, and it plot this way. So what exactly plotting is there? So here another way we mention this maze grid, right? So let's run this, write this code. We need to write x equals to linspace. We may write a different way also. So 0 to 4 into pi with 100 space, and then we mention y equals to 0 is to 0.1 is to 10. Now we write the things z equals to sine x sine x plus cos y, and then we write a contour plot x comma y comma z. So if we go with this, it will plot. Okay, something went wrong. Okay, so okay, these things we write. So okay, we must need to mention these things, maze grid. So as it's not written, so why it's coming this way. Let's check what actually issue is coming here. Okay, error z equals to sine x plus cos y. Okay, I find out the mistakes. Okay, just a moment. Sine x linspace 0 to 4 pi 100 spacing 0.1 is to 10. Okay, so that should be same, otherwise it may make a mistake. So what we do here, x we write the thing, so y we defined here 0 to 4 pi 100, 0 to 4 pi z equals sine x plus cos y. Okay, that should be work. So the same thing. Okay. So this things, same things we write here. So that should be work. Sorry. So otherwise we can't convert, it will not work properly. So this is actually a contour plot. So this is actually every depth actually is plot separately. So step by step plotting the all the depth actually. So what are the boundaries are there? This is plot this way. This is a contour, right? Is it clear? Just check it. Let me confirm. Anyone have any queries then? So boundary plotting purpose, boundary values purpose, we use this contour plot. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Next, waterfall. So the same thing, we go with a waterfall also. So this is a different way we can pattern, but it's look like a grade. So instead of writing here word contour, we write here fall, and we run it, and we get this kind of waterfall based models. Right. These are the things at the end. This way we work. You may write these things and check it. It will work. Okay. Right. Just check it by yourself. These portions.
Yes, sir, done.
Okay.
Yes, sir,
So
done.
next, yeah. So next is that Matlab also have a one very good things, that is we may inherit the properties predefined values of Matlab by this way equals to sphere. So basically inherit the properties of sphere, and if we plot it 3 x comma y comma z, it will print it. Right. So it will print a sphere. So it's a look like great if we go with this rather than writing this. If we go with this SURF stuff. Right.
Yes, sir, done.
So same thing you may check with the waterfall also. It's a little bit different way. Right, waterfall model. So and this how you go with this depending upon the, because this is not actual things. If you go with the color map, you get a little bit different. If you go with the color map, and if you write these things this way, 1 comma 0 comma 0, it maybe represents something different. So just go with this, check it. So this way. So so different way we may go with a 3D and 2D plot. Another small thing is there, we may also go with a single information valued, and we go with a stem plot also, stem plot. So x equals to 0 to 500. Sorry, here in stem plot we don't need to write y equals to, if we define some values. It will plot this way. Sorry. it will plot this way, right? So single valued plot also be possible here, right? Next, another thing, so we already know the for loop. Can we mix up those things? So for so we may write here code into this. That's a better options. So we want to write a code for loop for I equals to 1 is to n, right? And we write here point spacings of 0.1, and we want to plot a graph, right? Y equals to sine I, okay, and that's here we want to make a int, and that will plot x I comma y. So this way we want to make some complex things, and we write here n equals to input, right? N equals to input, enter the number, right? So if we run it, ask, we write here 100. So first is calculate. Okay, it's taking time to calculate it, then it's print. So what I put it here, semicolon, that is the best option. So now after calculation complete, it will print the graph. So we need to wait here. Yeah. But it's not able to print. Yeah. So we need to specify the axis also. So axis, how we specify? Minimum and maximum minus 1 x direction, -1 to +1. Rather than writing this -1 to +1, minus we starting from 0, we write here n. Let me check it will work or not. We don't know, it's always work or not. N is able to take these things or not, we don't know. Because n up to n it will move, and this is 0 to 1. So we write this way. Let's check it will work or not. Right? That's writing 10. Okay. We need to write here spelling mistake. Let's check it will work or not. Okay. Can it able to plot the graph? Again, not. So this is actually a different issue. It's not able to plot the graph based on I. Let's check. So here we need to fix the axis and it will work. So what are the things I want to show you? That actually we don't want to show this way. We want to show you by this way, that is we put a value here rather than going with this, we put a fixed value. So it goes 1 to 10, and as it goes 1 to 10, here we write a 1 to 10, and here we also write a 10, and next we go with that. Check it, it will work on. Still it's not able to print. 0 to 10 is there, it's already mentioned 0 to 10, so somehow we need to check it. 0 to 10, here we 1 to 10 is there, it should be print. Okay. Plot, we mention suppose R, Let's check again. No, what is the issue? Okay, so I will check it. So different way we can. So I actually want to check it. Just is it possible to print using a for loop? Every time plot is there, so it check go with this values. Y value is assigned, and it will plot. Right. Every value of I, it will plot a Y. Right, number of values are there, depending upon that it's plot a Y. So this way it's we can also plot, and the thing is that one thing I want to show you, if it's not able to plot here, we want to show you one thing. Rather than writing this, we go in the simplest way and show you. It's maybe some adjustable problem. So we go with this display, simple display command, and star here print, and we here write a 10. 1 to suppose 100 star we want to print, but it will print slowly. PAUSE pause command if we use directly. Why I write these things, if we animate it, it's better, but it's not possible. So now what are the things going on? So if you check it, this now this printing is go with a step by step. So 100 starts, some delay, with some delay it will print. So pause command we may use some of the cases for animations purpose. Do you understand my point? So these actually things I want to show you. This we may delay the process and we can able to show it. So, and again in graph, if we go with that, this little bit increasing step by step, this look like great. That thing we will show you again another class. So this way we go with. Is it clear? Do you understand that how we go with this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes,
pause
sir.
command is yeah. This actually. Okay, simple. A pause means 1 second pause is there. You may change any 0.1, 0.2 this way. So whatever things delay you want to make, you can make using this pause command. When we're going to interface Arduino with this Matlab, then also we use this number of times this pause command to blink radio on and off any electronics device. If we want to control, use these things, because sleep or pause command is very important in that case, right? So let's take attendance for every students.
Yes, sir. Done.
স্যার ওই পজ ওয়ান মানে কি 1 সেকেন্ড পরে পরে প্রিন্ট করছে এরকম ব্যাপারটা?
Exactly.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
Audrey Jain, Others Jain, Aman Shah,
Present, sir.
Aman Shah,
Present,
Aman,
present. Yes, sir, present.
Anubhav Mukherjee,
Present, sir.
Anubhav, Orko Mukhopadhyay,
Present, sir.
Orko Prabhu Basu,
Present, sir.
Orpon Sen,
Present, sir.
Devashish Acharya, Nilashish Kundu,
Present, sir.
Ni-
Present, sir.
Pallavi Kumari, Rakesh Tiwari,
Present, sir.
Sayantan Dotto, Soham Mitra,
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Sonu Kumar Prasad, Sonu Kumar Prasad. Others Jain is present. Okay. Let provide him attendance. Sonu Kumar Prasad absent. Soumya Chakraborty.
Present, sir.
Subarno Pal. Subarna Pal.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Yeah. Shubham Ghosh. Shubham Ghosh. Shubhomoy Mondol.
Present, sir.
Suraj Kumar Sao.
Present, sir.
Sugato Kumar Khan. Still I not call. Swagato Kumar. Swagatam Kumar Pan. Swagatam Kumar Pan.
Yes, sir.
Tomrodip Sinha.
Present, sir.
Tomrodip. Toritro Banerjee. Toritro Banerjee. Akash Vishwas. Akash
Yes, sir.
Vishwas.
Yes, sir.
Arif Hossain.
Present, sir.
Okay. Goirik Dotto.
Present, sir.
Hiravro Kole. Hiravro Kole. Hiravro Kole. Hiravro Kole. Pallavi Kumari present. Pallavi Kumari.
Sir, Sonu Kumar Prasad.
Sonu Kumar Prasad. Let me check. Sonu Kumar Prasad and Pallavi Kumari. Mohammad Izaz Ahmed. Mohammad Izaz Ahmed. Mrinmoy Ghosh.
Yes, sir.
Priyanka Sarkar. Priyanka Sarkar.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Sampad Pal.
Yes,
Sampad
sir.
Pal.
Yes, sir.
Sayantan De.
Yes, sir.
Sayantan De. Shayok Sarkar.
Yes, sir.
Soumya Palui.
Present, sir.
Okay. So anyone left to provide their attendance? Anyone is there who don't able to provide their attendance? Anyone is left to provide attendance? Okay, so the thing is that we complete this first sessions here. Second sessions we continue with the same MATLAB coding. Coding part we will discuss next half, and that class will start by 2 p.m. So I request everyone, please join the sessions on proper time. And if you have any query, ask me now. Last 10 minutes is there, not 10 minutes, last 5-7 minutes is there. So if you have any question, ask me. Is there any questions? Then you may ask me. Otherwise, you may leave it. Otherwise, you may leave this session.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, any question? Any question? Someone asking something? Any question? Yes? Hello? Hello?
Sir,
It's not audible actually properly. You may attend second. Your sound is not coming. Hello?
sir,
Hello?
yeah, present, sir.
Just write down into chat. Write down into chat. I will
See.
check. Just ask me second half, right? I don't understand. Means I don't able to heard you right properly. So okay. So second half, if you have a issue related to attendance, I will solve it second half. Okay. Okay.